Welcome everybody to Who's Riding the Wave. I'm PJ. I'm here to break down some content that I really like. Today we got Curtis King here with Glasses Malone, just hack music streaming. As a product guy, I can appreciate, great minds doing great work. So I'm not very particular into the hacking. Obviously, that's just a terminology, that is being used to, highlight that the code has been cracked. So I'm interested. Let's see what Curtis got to. Let's see what Curtis got to say.
DIY.
DIYers Glasses Malone has been in a lot of viral posts as he speaks about the status of hip hop, but it's so dope to see my dog here in the conversation.
The status of hip hop. What's all going on. There's a lot of stuff going on, but if you know, But there is a status of hip hop that we should understand when it comes to, the art that's being put out, the technology that's being used to create art, the businesses behind the music, so the status of encompasses all of that.
And for new music, he just released a new song and music video for a song called Wanted, featuring LA Giantz and the legendary members of Jurassic 5. Now, we're going to react to this music video, but there's a story that I think needs to be told about the way that this song is being released, because he and I had a conversation about it about a year ago as we were talking about the status of music streaming and ways that artists, especially independent artists, could combat against it, the low payouts. He finally launched an idea that I think is absolutely brilliant.
Okay, I'm just going to stop it right there. Why is this important? Curtis King, if you listen to his content, he's well respected in industry, lots of experience. He knows what he's talking about, so if he's interested, I'm also interested.
With that said, I promise I'm still on my Canadian light bright strike, and we'll breeze right past any conversations about that nigga.
Jokes.
But let's talk about this music video first, which has a really dope story to go along with it, because it definitely speaks on this year of hip hop being on trial, specifically this year. Take it away, Glasses.
Broadcasting live from the skies over the Compton Courthouse, this is Peter Boss for Ebony TV. The state of hip hop versus.
It's always the devil in the details. Glasses Malone says RICO, Rap Influence Corrupt Organization Act trial. That's a nice flip. State of hip hop versus the West Coast. So this is obviously the theme of the music video.
The West Coast, where Glasses Malone is being tried for a RICO conspiracy, Rap Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act. What did he pull up here in a white Ford Bronco on Dayton's? Let's go live from inside the courtroom.
All rise for the hip-hop legend, the honorable judge. Play your hand.
Ha! This what happened when the G's meet the Good Life Cafe. Let's be honest, youngers ain't nice. Smother beats, bro. Gravy over white.
Oh yeah, we definitely got some strong imagery here. Talking about Free Big U. Yeah, there's been so.
I'll be honest, I don't know who Big U is.
Many instances of RICOs and just law involvement in things that are either street adjacent or hip hop adjacent, that you haven't really seen this kind of imagery be as direct in rap videos, and that would be a very normal thing in the early 2000s and 90s. So it's dope to see not only that energy return, like the political statements that are being made, controversial statements to some that are being made in the video, but it's also dope to see Glasses Malone and Jurassic 5. It makes sense when you realize how much of a hip hop head Glasses is, but that's a collab that I did not see coming.
LOC, right cross and it's night. It's like magic, I ain't trying to be like Mike. White stripes, hugger, orange Jacob. Before it was the flow, O's got my bankroll. Fours got my bankroll. Decide with that water. Mom's on my line, I was sliding in the daughter now. She want a taste, I want the face. She order big, I got the freight. West get this, we talk.
Who let Justin Hunt in there on his phone and in his glasses? You see that? I know you see it.
Shout out Justin Hunt, the company, man. Sorry, I messed up your name there. I got a little bit of this.
Who let this gentleman, King Johnson, the defense attorney, in his weed suit, who let Justin Hunt in there with them shades and a phone?
We all got an uncle who will put.
Did they let you have your phone in court? It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Continue.
Hate, fucking city, let's off the stage. Local top notch, I'm a Sasquatch. And all the bills crippin' in my cash box. Streets without G is a disaster. They can't put me out the pasture. This game need me. Damn right, best believe me. I used to wonder what it's like without Stevie.
A kill.
Living for the city, speak easy. And never bite the hands that feed me. I was taught that each one teach one. Respect the elders, cause one day you'll be one. What goes around comes around. Respect those who made the way for you.
Respect the elders, each one teach one, cause one day you'll be one. That's a bar. That's a bar. Continue.
You to make a sound. This that old man wisdom. So pay attention to the knowledge and the rhythm. We set the bar high so you can.
I mean, let me just stop it here, man. I mean, hey, man, I respect this. You know, my man, an OG in the game right now. You know, he's still giving them bars. Giving them bars. Like, honestly, I hope Andre 3000 is watching this, you know. I think we all want more Andre 3000, but honestly, I just feel like he just didn't know what it looked like, you know, and like if it made sense, you know. But I'm hoping just a couple times he sees the OGs on their spitting, giving this game back to the young folk. Like, honestly, like, I hope Andre 3000 is seeing this, man, for real talk, man. Like, it'll be dope to get him back, but I just want to shout that out real fast. Like, my man he's definitely an OG. You know what I'm saying? Everything great. You know, he ain't even trying to pump fake nobody. He ain't trying to, he ain't got time for none of that, you know, like, but he's going to give you these bars, and he's spitting.
Man wisdom, so pay attention to the knowledge and the rhythm. We set the bar high so you can reach high, so the future generation will forever be fly. Cause this game can be grimy and sleazy, low down, dirty, cutthroat, and real greedy. I ain't trying to sound real preachy, but don't put me out the pasture. This game.
I love how that. Shout out to my dog Quiz right here. I love how this sounds East Coast influence with the drums and the boom bap, but this swing still feels very West Coast. It's kind of like a West Coast interpretation of an East Coast production or East Coast sound. Even lyrically, there's a pocket that you hear the rappers hitting on this that sounds very, very West Coast. Love that.
I don't want nothing to do with goof niggas. Chucks in the ass of all the bootlickers. ABK, EBK, you killer. Try that fly shit, cause we preparing to shoot niggas.
ABK, who released something? On the Joey Badass.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, huh?
So was it? I don't know. It's up to you to decide.
Hey, who was bro? What? That be obvious. Joey Westside, the LA Giant, bail like his daddy watching him in the lag wobbling with a rat gobbling. You've been advocating for Satan, it's time to feel the hands of Father. 110 rating. West been craving for Ben Davies. You moist niggas been gaying. See what the nerd just doing, got the curve influence. Displaying telling for sale with views worth you viewing. Breaking the code and it still ain't clicked. Sold your soul for money and you still ain't rich. Damn. This is God body riding, fuck Casper. They can't put me out the pasture.
Yeah, that's to the best of my knowledge, I guess that I'm fresh.
Same. OGs, giving it to him. Ooh, I know he about to give it to
In
him.
the 6'5" convertible stretch, I got next. Don't ask how it come about. Word of mouth, West Coast about face and then fall out. A step parallel, you better yell, I'm fiendish. A stroke of genius over 40 old English. I seen some come and go, but I don't know how some will blow then disappear. Easy come, easy go. That fully love moniker keeps the broad monitored. Enough to make me promise you I'm never not popular. I blow through, leave residue, smoking ashes. I'm active and plus you wouldn't hit a man with glasses. Now mind over matter, it matters, and I'd rather get the bread bubble and lather until the morning after. You can't change up the grammar, my bedside manner, or put me out to pasture.
Your eye in the sky, Peter Boss with the breaking news. The prosecution's star witness, pop star Drake.
Your boy misses LA every day. Every day I miss LA. Don't get it twisted.
Is scheduled to take the stand. The Kato Kalin.
Now, first, before we get into this, I gotta say it's a welcome sight to see music videos with the actual treatment and not just an infomercial. There was questions about the necessity of music videos, and I have a video from last year that I reacted to with my guy Jay Kasai that's on his channel, and it's been taken off as of recently, and I I'm assuming it's because people are revisiting, especially since we've gotten so many great music videos from artists like Tyler the Creator, obviously, the Clips, obviously, Kendrick, obviously.
That's what I'm saying. If you know, you know, like, and if you don't know, get on it.
Chance the Rapper, all these artists that really believe it, Mick Jenkins, that really believe in the art form and are collaborating with directors that also take it just as serious as they take the written word. It's dope to see conceptual videos bring themselves back to the forefront.
I mean, that is the truth. I mean, this happens across industries. It's all about the team. It's all about who you're working with. When it's beautiful, and as a consumer, when you get art that is just really well crafted, really well made, you see it, you feel it, you understand it better, you appreciate it. Like, all these elements of feeling are important. So what he's talking about here, when it comes to the artists and directors, when they are really clicking on all cylinders, like, how much potent the product is at that point, and so I agree. It's all about the people you work with. You can have all these ideas and whatnot, but if you're working with the wrong people, this is how you can see a lot of your ideas go sour. So I agree. It's really beautiful to see that. And some of these art these days, you be watching it, you can just see, like, nobody cared about this, so why am I going to care? Like, I get it, dope video, you was working, everything like that, but I got 24 hours in the day. Like, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? So I like it when, just like Curtis here, two S's, just like Curtis is talking about here, this is important. And the fact that he sees it, it kind of reinforces what I'm already feeling, so I agree.
Frank.
Music industry, Drake made history for being the first rapper ever to sue because he lost a rap battle, citing the legal precedent where McDonald's had to write a fat check because they served coffee that was too hot. Let's go live from inside the courtroom.
This game.
Shout out McDonald's, I was doing my thing at McDonald's.
Needs me like a hoe need a pimp, nigga. Pick a side and play the fence with the bitch niggas. Send a gold 7 deuces, creeping on me. Baby's ruling in my lap like she's sleeping on me. Black chucks, fat laces, tatted knuckles against braces. Spit your teeth out and grab faces. Yeah, fuck the mama if you coast racist. Bastard.
Oh, he telling the real story right now. He telling the real story. Again, he gave us what this video was about. The status of hip hop right now. So if you know, I ain't gonna say nothing.
I'm glad he didn't call me to play that role. I'm so glad. Good looking out, Glasses.
Cut from made for sale. Sidewalk University with fake fans. The only Joey we fucking with is the West Side.
Well, I guess we got our answer.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Only Joey fucking with his West Side. Joey West Side. That's what you heard earlier in this verse, part of LA Giants. Yeah, I guess that was. They still on his bumper. Continue.
Ain't no favors over here, bitch, we all slide. Keep it up and get hog tied. Get more than your mural whacked out, fucking with our kind.
This is a very powerful scene. It just hit me real fast. If you think of who he's representing, and he just pointing, he ain't like us, man. He ain't like us.
Gangsta rap when the game need a DP. You can't put us out the pasture. This game needs.
Watch your mouth when you're speaking to an alpha. Little rascal, fucking alfalfas. Yeah, I'm about to stymie the game, so why's you playing? Listen, I'ma try and explain. I roll dolo, my hand solo with you, your backer. Nigga, back up, before I act up. Mad, cause we the masters, hanging from the Raptors. Bust, because we have to mashing on you bastards. Calm down, Siv, go on, let the rhythm rock. So we can let the song spread like the chicken pox. I'm unorthodox, and I force a lot. I do my own thing, hell is you talking about? I'm bi-coastal, and I go postal. Plus I'm down with the homie with the bifocals. So welcome to the rapture. You can't put me out the pasture.
Man, it's so dope. It's so dope. It's so dope. After listening to that Ghostface Killer album and listening to him not only evolve, but live in his essence, live in what made him the legend that he is. It's dope to hear the legends sounding like their legendary selves and not shells of themselves. I listened to this and instantly get rewound back to early 2000s Jurassic 5. It's dope to hear the legends sounding like legends and not trying to keep up with whatever's over here, like really occupying and doing donuts in the lanes that they've opened up doors for, right?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to pause it real quick just because, again, I'm loving what Curtis is talking about right now. You know, it's I come to him just to figure out what music I should listen to. I listen to a lot of creators, you know, and when it comes to rap, you know, so I can understand what's out there, you know. Just put me on, and these are the conversations I really miss, you know. So I haven't listened to the Ghostface Killer track yet, you know what I mean, but I definitely will. But yeah, let me get back into it.
Right, lanes that they've established themselves in. It's dope to hear that in general.
Couldn't spot me using infrared.
And just to wrap it up, kind of lost my thought there for a second, but I don't like followers, man. I don't like followers. I don't even look. I mean, it's not that you shouldn't follow, you know what I mean? But when I just know it's not authentic or you're not giving me anything new, especially when it comes to art, I just stop paying attention, you know what I mean? And there's been a lot of that's been happening in my career, you know, to be honest, you know, or in my lifetime, you know, just to be honest, you know. So I like what he's talking about, you know, how, you know, the OGs are just doing what they want to do right now, you know, and you know, as an OG myself, you know what I'm saying, I just really hope that they ain't on that silly stuff as well, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, what is the definition of silly? I don't know, just depends on who you talking to, you know. But for me, you know, who is looking for a little bit more richer, you know, content, you know, filled with substance, you know, I think this is the space where the OGs come back in, which is why I'm loving the video, you know. These are all OGs, you know. Glasses, you know, he's an OG, if you don't know. He's well known in the industry, you know, got a lot of respect, you know. I would say he's a pillar, a leader out here. So it's like, you got something to say, you know, and there will be people listening, and it's all about who delivers the message as well. It's important who delivers the message, you know. So I'm glad to see these, you know, respected artists, you know, continuing to make art, you know, letting them know you're gonna be old one day too, you know. So I think that's a pretty dope message, and I like how it's tied into the current state of hip hop right now, you know. So just want to tie that in because I lost the thought for a second, but I had to come back to it to wrap it up. My bad.
Imaging the lesser the left for dead, hemorrhaging, the fam dividend. Looking for beef, I'm a cattle farmer in battle armor. Can't hold a candle to my shadow, I'm the man of honor. Able to handle trauma, your fate's in the hands of karma. You're just a saddle warmer. One push, damn it, can cause a ripple around the planet, dropping heavy like a hippo on a hammock. Keeping people in the panic. This paragraph passages scribbled in graph acronyms. Code is nasal passages packed with phlegm. Accurate accidents impact how we come back again. Yeah, while your heart's diseased with malice, I'm at Caesar's palace, sipping teas from a Jesus chalice. You receive the paralysis that you asked for. You could never put me up to pasture. This game needs me. This game needs me.
Shout out to Justin getting his acting chops in. Go on, do it, Justin.
Oh, we'll be back. Mark my words. If that isn't foreshadowing, I don't know what is.
Shout out to Glasses on that.
I mean, great song.
Super, super dope. Now, let me draw your attention to something that really is a conversation that I think is relevant to all DIYers in the building. DIY. And that's this release and the way that Glasses released it. This is really interesting. So Glasses didn't just release a new song and put it up there as the typical single. As you'll see here in the fine print, he's calling it a maxi-single. If I rewind back to a conversation he and I had about a year ago, as he knew that I was aggressively making content about music streaming and the status of the low payouts and things that we can do as independent artists to combat it, he told me he had an idea, but he wanted to flesh out the details before, he kind of gave me all the details on it. Well, the details that he had for it was that it was called a digital maxi single, and it is right here before our eyes. Now, the things that makes this interesting is that same song that you just listened to right now, that 5-minute song has been divided into 7 different parts. Curtis, how is that possible? Well, as you see, every single one of these, this is on Apple Music, by the way, every single one of these pieces, every single one of these verses has been divided into 7 different pieces, all averaging 50, 40, 30 seconds. Interesting.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
This is interesting for a few different reasons. Now, I don't know if it's going to happen when I play it here on the web version of Apple Music, but I know for damn sure when I played it on my phone the other night, it did happen. But basically, if you listen to this song.
Okay. I this is kind of dope because I'm trying to bring it up real quick. Give me 1 second, guys. I was just watching this one yesterday. Sorry, I'm just listening to kind of what he's talking about, and he's just triggering kind of a lot that is in my mind, So I think this is kind of dope. I just watched Kara. I think that's how you say her name. Don't even know who she is. It just popped up. I'm just like, it got out work anyway. Just put something up on in the background, and yeah. So she had a story about how she invested $100,000 to create an album, and Spotify deleted it. I'm just like, WTF? Like. Tell me more, like what's happening, and just to kind of just shout her out, if you don't know who she is, I think she's got a dope story, and I love the independent story, especially when it comes to music, because I don't believe in them, at all, so, which is why I was interested in, what Curtis King is talking about, so I think, as I'm thinking right now, I think there might be some kind of like relationship between the problems that she probably was facing and maybe a solution that makes sense for, obviously not, for her specifically, but for anybody, so I'm hoping that it kind of ties that together, because that'll be pretty dope.
Let's just go ahead and play the first 50 seconds of this first part featuring Glasses, and then I want you to see how this transitions itself between the song.
Is a disaster. I can't put me out the pasture. This game need me. Damn right, best believe me. I used to wonder what it's like without Stevie.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. That shit is brilliant. Now let me explain to you why I feel like that is. Now, for those of you that don't know what a maxi single.
Okay, what I just saw there, it's nowhere related to, what Kara was talking about, but still check out her video. I think this is mind-blowing. It's a different problem, a major problem. Yeah. Let's just
it is something that you definitely heard more commonly when music was distributed as physical, and that was the only option you had. It says here in the definition, a maxi single, also known as a maxi CD, is a music single release that contains more than typical 2 tracks, an A-side, B-side, where just like the vinyl I got over here by Rhapsody has 1 song, another song, maybe an instrumental. This one comes with extra content, often remixes of the main track or even additional songs. Now, he's kind of bended that definition to say a digital maxi single, because now what you got here is 1 5-minute song that's been divided into 7 different pieces. I think this is interesting for a few different reasons. One, the pay.
I was wondering if this was going to be useful, so this is a Miro board. I use it all the time to kind of really like structure my thoughts. So just to kind of make it make sense for me, I'm a visual learner, Yeah, so we have a 10-year artist. He's been around, he's got 5 different albums made. He's got paid off for each one of those albums for a grand total for his payout just from streaming services. We're just talking streaming services. So if you break that down, that means within his album, he's got, the songs listed in his album. You play a song, you stream those songs. and for each one of them songs, it contributes to the payout for your album. But what he's talking about is, what if you can get paid out multiple times? What if you can get paid multiple times for a single song? Okay, you get paid once, or you get paid twice. Once, twice. Once, let's just say multiple times. Multiple times. Okay, twice is just like, hey, if you get paid twice, it's a no-brainer. But if you can get paid more than that, it's kind of like a no-brainer, right? Okay, so basically, this is what he's looking. Okay, so that's what he's calling about the old or the current way. And from the videos that I watch, I think that sounds about right. So, but the max single way, which he was just talking about here, max single way, for your album, you have each of those songs, but now for each one of those songs, you create all the different experiences. And there might be like some strategy and some rules that you would have to follow to kind of get it there, but it sounds genius, like I don't know why it took so long, but I think this is why you need OGs in the game. Like when's the last time you heard about a max single? Like if you were born with one of these in your hand, you don't know about max single. These are like skills of the trade, that you just probably haven't heard of unless you're like really, really embedded in. Because guess what? Who's uses? They use like A side, B side. Yeah, this is terminology most people don't know, but I think that's just pretty dope. Let's get back to what Curtis is talking about.
Ended that definition to say a digital maxi single, because now what you got here is one 5-minute song that's been divided into 7 different pieces. I think this is interesting for a few different reasons. One, the payouts got to be really, really interesting for somebody who genuinely enjoys and loves this song so much that they got it on repeat. Because now in order to get through this maxi single, you got to get through every single song individually. And if you have a particular verse that's your favorite, you're going to be playing that over and over and over again more frequently than you probably play a 2 to 3 minute song. I think that's brilliant. I think the payouts on that are going to be really, really interesting. And I hope we get a chance to talk to Glasses here soon about his plans or even his strategy on doing this. Also, with these being divided into individual verses and this being sort of a posse cut, you also have content already built into this. We know how important content is to the promotion of our projects and our songs. Well, everybody has their songs already snipped up and ready for an Instagram reel, for an Instagram or YouTube short, for Twitter. Like all this stuff is ready made for that. So this is interesting for a few different reasons. And I really want to see where artists start to take this, because I think the possibilities are endless, especially if you're thinking of this not as a single a EP with a bunch of different songs, but you're really chopping up one song and getting its full value out of it. While these music streaming websites obviously promote quantity over quality, right? A lot of them want you to continue, especially Spotify, wants you to continue to flood. To me, this is squeezing as much lemon as you can, as much juice as you can out of a lemon on one song. But I'm interested in what you guys think. Because to me, this is the real.
Sounds good to me, but I'm also wondering, what does Spotify think? Maybe this is what they planned for all along in Spotify. Who knows? That could be. I'm a product guy, so I get it. Maybe this is something that they've already thought about. Maybe not understanding the logic behind it, but just from a technical perspective, maybe they are prepared. But yeah, shout out to Curtis for bringing this to the front of the conversation. Obviously there may be some people who already do it. I don't know. Hopefully it makes sense. That this is, how you would maximize your money. But it's like, I'll be honest, like none of the music services that I use, brings this kind of experience to the user. So yeah, shout out to Malone for really being brilliant about it. Shout out to Curtis King for just being aware that this is a creative solution. I believe it aligns with his DIY mission. You know, so I think this is pretty dope. This is why I digest the content. And so yeah. And shout out to my girl Cara. Like honestly, I thought this was gonna be a solution for you, but you on a whole different wave. But for this wave, I'm rocking it. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, I think this is where we're at right now. I think it's interesting time, especially considering the status of the industry of hip hop, rap, R&B. I think this is going to be a interesting, to see play out in the grand scheme of things. So let me know, are you riding the wave or not? It's your boy PJ. Holla back at you. Peace.